My name is Daniel Firestone, and for this project, I was assigned social penetration theory. So let me give you a quick summary of social penetration theory. Social penetration theory is known as the onion theory. Many times it's referred to the movie Shrek in the aspect where Shrek is going around with Donkey talking about self-disclosure and how he wasn't ready to tell him about the expedition with Fiona because ogres are like onions and you have to peel them back slowly. Similarly, this was a relation to humans, as humans need to self-disclose at the same level. Obviously, it's not appropriate or comfortable to share personal aspects. For me, I wouldn't be able to share about my family because family is very personal to me. And once I build a rapport, I'm able to do so. So I would like to start off with my theory application because I learned a lot through the process of reading this and the importance of social penetration. So I'm a social work major and I work with a lot of clients. And unfortunately, some of the processes we have to ignore social penetration. But getting to know this theory, and especially the Skittles activity, which we're going to talk about a little bit more as this explanation goes on, really changed my aspects. So when I do intake forms, which are the forms before entering parent counseling and training, we need to ask a bunch of elaborate questions. Usually, I went by the order of the questions given. Now, learning from social penetration theory, I realized that you need to self-disclose and you need to give a little bit of information and say, listen, that was very brave of you to share that. And now I try to build a rapport before getting into the financial questions or the questions about family. Although it does affect the practice and make it slower, my goal as a social worker is to work in the best interest of the clients. So let's talk about the article itself. Let me give you a quick summary of the article. So the article was a video demonstration from a movie from the Sundance Film Festival, and it went through a relationship in one day. And next, the teacher did a debriefing exercise, having the kids connect what they knew about self-disclosure and before social penetration theory was formally defined and after. They learned that they had a lot of preconceived notions about social penetration, and they learned that a lot of them were actually correct, and it helped them refer to the theory and learn from the theory. This is very essential according to the article because relational development theory starts with social penetration theory, so it is a base for learning other communication theories. So let's move on to why I chose this article. So I'm going to go back to the Skittles activity and how I really liked it, and I wanted to find something similar and see if that activity and my experience was scientifically backed. So I looked at similar backings and similar teachings, and I think this movie was very similar in the aspect that it shows that you can't self-disclose at a major level in the beginning of a relationship because it just doesn't work out, and you have to develop a relationship to get through. And through that shock therapy, we all learn that lesson. And I thought I wanted to see if other people had the same experience as I did, and through the exams, you could tell that they also had the same experience because they had elaborate drawings throughout the exam. How did I find this article to modify or challenge or explore? The theory is it really highlighted the points that you taught, that social penetration takes time and that you can't just do it in one point. And I like the fact that the definitions were very similar, and I couldn't find any real differences in the teaching. So what I did was I highlighted how they were similar. But one area where I found that there was differences is the takeaways, because it really highlights the interactive approach. I know that the goal of our presentation wasn't to highlight the goals of the interactive approach, but this article definitely does so, and it shows that in their exam scores and retention rates and active writing, that interactive processes help through that. So the reasoning of this article was the same as yours, just to teach social penetration theory. And for that, this is going to conclude social penetration theory. I thank you for your time.